talk a little about, for people who haven't been in sales, or people about the sales process, because the sales process, it's important that we understand what we mean by the sales process. We have a suspect, we have a prospect, we have a lead, and we have a customer. Now, it's a little bit like a detective when he's on a case. The first thing a detective has when he's on a case is he has a suspect. So everybody, when a crime's been committed, everybody's a suspect. So my 9-year-old granddaughter tells me, she said, everybody's a suspect. But that's right. Everybody out there is a suspect. So everybody, if you've got a cat, is a suspect. But then you've got to know, are they a prospect? So you eliminate all the people who don't have cats. Right? And they become prospects. So what you want to do is, when you're looking for new customers, you want to spend your time on building prospects. And we're going to be talking a little about how to build prospects. Because very often there's a great title of a book, it's called Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places, which I did most of my life. But in saying that, sometimes we look for customers in the wrong places. So we really need to define who is our best type of clients, who should we be looking for. Because we waste too much time looking for the wrong people. So we need to be looking in the right place. So that's what we have, prospects. And then that prospect becomes a lead. And becoming a lead, now what I mean by the definition of lead, becomes a lead when you've established that maybe there's a future need for your product or service, that perhaps he can do business with you. And then the prospect becomes a lead. And my business is, every business are suspects, because every business needs sales. But then I actually end it down. Do they have a sales team? Do they have telephone sales? They become prospects. Then do they need sales training? Then they become a lead. And then my job is then to finally turn them into a customer. And that's somebody who does business with me. And that's actually the sales process that you go through. And the other thing is I actually do a whole day on working on the sales process, but you're having time on what you can do is how you actually work in your process and know where the people who are in what is called in sales your pipeline. Are they a suspect? A suspect is I suspected to do business with, but my job is to disqualify. So having a prospect, then do they have a need for your service? So we then want to see. So one of the things is that we're going to do is look at who is your ideal customer profile. Because very often what happens is, and some of this is, we're limited on time what we can do. So the workbook, this is something that I actually want you to work at, is identifying when you're building a database, that to spend time to build your ideal customer profile. Who is your ideal customer? So who should you be aiming your business at? And that's where you should be concentrating your business. And I see that there's 1, 2, 4, 6 steps, but actually that is step 5. That was a deliberate mistake for today. Step 1 is identify your best customers. Who are your best customers at this point in time? Could you list them? Could you tell me who your top 20% of customers are? Now, in Ken's case, who is your top 20 customers likely to be? Right.
Established people.
Yeah, who are established people? So make a list of them. What are their characteristics? What are the things that make up their business? What type of business are they in? For example, what's their industry? What's their size? How many employees do? What's their turnover? Have you defined the need for your product or service? Do you use your product or service or something you use? Are they committed to quality? Can you create a win-win relationship with those people? So that then you can build your ideal customer profile. So then compare this to people on your prospect list. And I would actually change, it's not your prospect list, that database that you perhaps got for Signal, or you've got from some business center, or you've got a database of customers. They're only suspects. So what you really need to do is compare those people on the list. Do they compare to this? Are your current prospects, are they fit into your ideal customer profile? Now, there's nothing perfect. How near a fit are they? So they're the people that you need to target. So how well does each of your prospects match with the ideal characteristics?